Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
Get 75 stacks after acquiring it through skilling it up. You get an upgraded version of it as Niski goes in once again onto Upset. He's got the cleanse. Trample will get the stun. There's the cleanse away. Now the bailout as well for Upset. And Niski's bitten off more than he can chew. Upset. Oh, he doesn't see him because of the control ward. Niski with the perfect positioning to stay out of vision there. Mickey getting chased down as well. The shield won't be enough. Kazi and Niski find a double in the 2v2. Chayak has to flash away from the mid lane as Razok was coming in with Ishtal's impact.
I was not expecting Kazi in this.
Huge from the Vitality bot lane. Needlework coming out from Oscar, and Nucko's going to have to flash away. And just to emphasize, like, oh, Oscar with a good flash away from the wall. Nucko is going to go into mini form, but snip goes Oscar in. Lince is now coming across. Doesn't have the flash, but Oscar doesn't have a flash of his own either. He's just going to get chased out. In the end, it's a solo bolo for the Gnar in the top lane. Linces will go back to the ground.
Playing Fnatic individually across the board.
They really are. Just, as you say, surprised by how much presence the Vitality bot lane has
also, they can anticipate where he's looking to make ganks happen.
Yeah, just to stress that vision control as well. You saw how Humanoid actually going in for the fight. They get the Ishtal's impact back onto Shayak. Doesn't have the flash, and Shayak will be felled. Mickey takes the kill. But I was going to say, Shayak shouldn't die to this. For now, Mickey's trying to come in from the side as well, but Niski is shadowing. Upset's on his way across, but Kazi's already here as well. Linces is going to be chunked out just a little bit. Nucko trying to catch that wave. They go in onto Mickey. TP coming out from Humanoid, counter TP as well from Shayak, but he's going to be in the middle of Fnatic. Hostile takeover takes him away for the moment. Nucko trying to build up that Mega Gnar, and Shayak's on the chase. Ishtal's impact knocks Linces into the wall. Oscar is going to get a kill, but he will see Mickey fall in front of his face. Jungle have full support so far. There's a breath of light from Humanoid, keeps people at bay. The wallop from Nucko has the Gnar here as well. Will lock Razok against the wall, and the Ishtal's impact will have no impact at all. Both the junglers fall alongside Mickey.
A big team fight win though still for
Get a 4v1, no teleports available for Fnatic. Humanoids was burnt in the last play. No wave here yet for Vitality, but they might just go for the dive with a single minion here alongside them. They get it. Lince's handshake back. He's not going to tank any more tower shots. Must have been just out of range as that final shot come in, but this should be first tower as well for Vitality.
Clean dive from Vitality. I thought that Kazi was actually going to head over towards mid lane and catch that wave, but Vitality want to keep their proactive streak going. They know that Razok is on the cross map looking to secure that dragon. Top wave has already been pushed in deep by Chayak with Niski hovering for support. Fnatic have set their sights on a Nucko play.
Humanoid has the skies to send that big stun AoE ultimate. Razok looking for it as well. The Impale connects, and into the singularity goes Nucko, but because of that, he had the time to flash underneath the tower. Razok trying to keep him in the middle of that E. It gave him a little bit more space than perhaps they wanted to. It's not Chaos Ray anymore, it's Hextech Ray. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
And the storm is called Arcane Storm.
Must be Chaos
Storm, yeah. It's no longer chaotic, but perhaps Niski being in this position is a little bit chaotic for Vitality. He's going to pop his ultimate, that Unbreakable Will, and walk his way out. Meanwhile, Nucko gets the wall up into the Gnar against the wall. The Needleworks from Oscar in. He did a bit of damage, but there's no tower here to protect him anymore. The second set of Needleworks won't be enough. Oscar in knocked into the wall by Niski, knocked up by him as well, and then stunned. Linces takes the kill. Meanwhile, Razor's looking for something in the mid lane. We'll get that Ishtal's impact back. Upset eats the Arcane Storm, needs to hit the piercing arrow. Shayak flashes it to get himself to safety.
Flawless control over both bot and mid. Good pushing waves. Top now going to be responded by Humanoid, but I guess the saving grace from Fnatic is that they have been able to get 2 dragons of their own.
Yep.
Which means that they're not really at risk of a soul point.
But mid is constantly shoved in. They're placing this deep vision and then allowing that side of the map to step up. Kazi knows he's relatively safe here because anyone who's coming at him is coming through the lane. Oscar in here, trying to snip through Nucko, still gets wallop. Nucko throws a house into him and slams him against the turret. Now needs to dodge to the side. The Needlework healing off Oscar in an absolute delight. Upset's on his way across. Nucko trying to flash over him, but Oscar in will secure the kill with a flash of his own.
So they bring Oscar back into this game.
Nucko just a little bit short in terms of lead as well. You can see Oscar Inning was able to get so much gold back in his pockets. It's only 150 between the two top laners now. Oscar Inning will continue to push through bot. Kazi and Niski perhaps looking for upset here. There's the flash. Headbutt pulverized immediately onto Upset, who has to flash away. cleanses out of the CC and the bailout put on him as well. This should be the mid tower to Vitality. Humanoid flew across but wasn't able to defend in time. That would be the turret falling, third of the game for Vitality.
They all basically build the same thing every game anyway.
Yeah, they do.
80 carries.
And then they complain. Ooh, Linsus looking for Oscar winning, trying to make this a 2v1. It will be for the moment. Nature's Grass coming out as well as Razork has the flank and the TP's coming out from Human. A counter TP invested by Shayak. Vitality beginning to collapse. Niski's going all the way around here. Linsus flashing forward for Razork. They'll gnaw him into the wall and he's locked up, stunned up and taken out. Niski gets the knock up onto Oscar and looking for that pulverize as well into the trample for the CC follow up. Shayak coming across to try and get the damage down onto Oscar, who drew the hallowed missed. Can't send a prayer up to survive. Nako gets the kill, 2-0 for Vitality.
A fantastic collapse comes through from Vitality as what seems to be a proactive play initially to try.
Subjective is that Cloud Drake would be sole point for Fnatic if they can somehow sneak it away. But Vitality trying to gain control of the river right now. Oscar going to get chased out by Nako. Linsa starting up the Drake. Razork on that front line. Astral Flight in by Humanoid. Here it comes. The skies descend. And although Shayak will fall first, Humanoid falls second. Nako with a Narm into the wall and Kazi begins to open up. Mickey getting chased down towards the bottom side. A good flash pulverize from Niski to make sure that Oscar can't kill off his AD carry. And Kazi survives through it all. Vitality, they keep 4 alive. They only lose 1. They take 2 out from Fnatic, and with their junglers still alive, it looks like they're going to turn their eyes towards the Drake.
Playing around ultis?
Never! It was like 5 seconds away as well at the end. Vitality seem the much more coordinated team overall as they look for the engage. Hostile takeover coming out. Kazi solo. TP coming out from Oscar and he looks for the chase, goes in with a needlework and he will snip Kazi down. Nako coming in from the side, the Impale just short. The Gnar back on, he catches Oscar and onto Razork. Oscar falls, Mickey falling low as well. Razork's on the backline now and Shayak has to flash away. Arcane Storm doesn't chase Mickey down. The Leandri's tick won't be enough to kill him off. 31 HP, more than enough for the Renata. The re-engage though, from Fnatic, they're going to look for a little bit more. Ishtal's impact. Razork going onto that front like Shayak having to flash away. Upset chases him down. And Linsus is next up. Burned by the breath of life. Upset takes the kill. And Fnatic now with 4 players still alive somehow will turn their eyes to... Used as a spell shoot at the final moment, but yeah, Mickey used the handshake early, saw the spell shoot, and was like, okay, Kazi's just running straight into me now. Hostile takeover locks him in place, and now Fnatic's trying to lock Vitality out of this game. The gold swings in their favor. A 2k lead now as Oscar pushes through bot. They'll take the tier 2 in mid. They can turn their eyes towards the jungle. Thinking, well, if Fnatic overinvest, put a few more players down towards bottom to get that dragon, we can just take away the Artican, but that is not an option for them right 400 CS Sivir power spike so often. I think that's been accelerated quite a bit recently. It's, oh, Ishtar's impact perfectly played from Razork and he finds the double impale into the skies descend. Kazi knocked up, has the flash, just about getting to safety. Niski won't have that same luxury. Kazi's going to be chased down by Oscar in. Snip, snip, it's time for your haircut, Kazi, as he dodges towards the top. Razork takes him out, a good handshake as well from Mickey. Shayak and Linsus have to flash away. Oscar will dash out of the tower range. The piercing arrow not connecting from Upset, but Kazi and Niski caught out by Razork's quick reflexes.
Another nice punish comes through from Fnatic, and they should be able to secure the Artican off the back of this. We talked about how Kazi needs the space in order defining what it means to be a jungler.
It really is. Baron up in 6 seconds time. That's why Fnatic are hugging the top side of the mid lane. It looks like it's going to be a 5v5 as once again Kazi almost caught unawares. The hostile takeover coming out, a 3-man impale, and Oscar's here to sink in the needles. The combination from Fnatic, they just get onto the backline, a single spell shield, not enough for Kazi to ever survive.
It's just impossible for this Sivir to play. We talked about how if you have the front line, then it should be easy for you.
Third completed item did go for a Seeker, so delayed his Rabadons, but you can see him grasping for it right now. Still a little bit short. Baron secured for Fnatic now.
Against a team like Fnatic, it doesn't matter how far ahead you get. If you don't keep that momentum going, the moment you make a mistake, you get punished for it. Linus is now very deep, looking for a flank play.
Yeah, I think he was spotted out by a Farsight alteration as he went behind into the alcove. Alcove Gaming, not even once, chaps, not even once. Niski caught out as well by Oscar Rinin. Nako's going to gnar Oscar into the wall. Kazi begins to open up, and you can see how quickly people fall in front of him, but Kazi falls equally as fast. Niski trying to get onto that backline, but he doesn't really have the follow-up. Nako trying to do everything he can. Upset with the cleanse and the Mikaels to get himself to safety. Razok now having to deal with Shayak. Bail out onto Upsets. Enough to bring him back to life. Shayak running for the hills. Tries to kill off Mickey, or tries to do a little bit of damage at least. Gravity Well going down the tower, following it. Good damage with the Hextech raise, but Upset finds his mark. William Tell in the flesh, it seems, is Upset 9-1-7 now on this Varus. This is stuff from Fnatic to bounce back in this game. Vitality definitely in the driver's seat for the first while. Now 40 minutes in. Fnatic are the ones knocking on these inhibitors. They'll take the top one. Inhibitor tower at least. 10,000 gold the lead for them as the Nature's Cast comes out, and Razok should be able to tank this. Misses the Impale though. Nako there with the wallop follow-up. Razok flashes away. Hostile takeover invested. So Fnatic have to use those ultimates to get away, including Razok's flash and his Impale. They'll still take the inhibitor. Vitality invested on the hunt. The Nature's Grasp and that Gnar. Didn't burn those summoners to get in.
They're still strong enough though with the Maokai ultimate gone. I don't think Fnatic really have a lot they need to be scared of. They're gonna set their sights on the next inhibitor. Oscar still with the ulti and flash available.
Niski trying to burn stuff here. Linces is going to look for the flash. Niski's going to get slammed into that wall with the Ishtar's impact. Flash with the advance onto Humanoid, but again the Mikaels from Mickey just in time. Niski surviving. Kazi's going to pick up Oscar in, and this is getting chased down by this Aurelian Soul. Mickey falling low though as Linces is eventually felled. He goes Timber. Razok in again. The skies descend and the shockwave rings through Vitality. Nako trying to kill off Humanoid, but he could not get close enough.
Penta denied. As Upset secures that kill. Kazi, the last man standing. Does he have the wave clear?
I think the answer's going to be possibly. He finds 3! Humanoid almost dies to the tower. How long on the rest of Vitality? Well, Kazi did everything he could, but 3 is not enough. He needed to play Jhin, he needed to find 4. So I think with 15 seconds left on Linces and the same on Niski, Humanoid should be able to claim game 1 for Fnatic. Maybe?
Linces is alive in 3 seconds. This is very slow.
Can Linces clear the wave in time is the question. TP comes out. There's no way.
Humanoid's got to run.
Yeah, Oscar's just going to TP in, pop down the Hallowed Mist, and then snip, snip. Flashes, snip, done, 50G. All Oscar, one play Fnatic. What a comeback.
With each other, of course, if they've
if one's miles ahead, that doesn't really matter as much.
But I think that it will make it harder for the Yone to side lane, and it does make your backline threat with the Fury a little bit stronger.
Oh, that's a classic. That's an old cut, but it was probably my first year in the LEC as Humanoid dives onto Shayak. He does have the Spirit Rush, as you say. But Humanoid gets pushed in mid, which means he can move towards the grubs first. First one secured by Fnatic. It's Upset who takes it. Razok doesn't have Smite, and Linces does. Mickey trying to get onto Linces, but Linces jumps up into the air and dodges away. Shayak now looking for that flank position. The Humanoid's much more healthy than he is. Linces goes in, gets the Smite, a grub apiece so far between these two mighty foes. Razok flashes, catches Linces. Steadfast Presence will stop the Zenith Blade forward from Niski, and he's in the middle of Fnatic. Linces dives in onto Razok, but he can't get it. Shayak will flash forward. Upset's going to chase him away. Meanwhile, Kazi's stuck between a Humanoid and a Mickey, and he will go down. Upset. I don't think he gets in range of Shayak here. Gatling gun, autos, cleanses away and dies to the tower! That's greed manifest from the Fnatic bot laner.
A misplay at the end from Upset.
Extra assist means he's about 700 gold ahead.
Oh, I'm so happy, Minik.
Why are you happy?
Shayak is building Malignance.
Yeah.
He's not building...
Rod of Ages.
Kazi is now overstaying if Vitality want to try and respond to the grubs.
Humanoid running forward has unbound his soul. Kazi trying to put the damage back into him, but loses out on that trade. Mickey on the flank now. Niski hasn't been spotted. Humanoid goes forward with the Q3. Zenith Blade misses. Hound's pursuit. Humanoid will find 2. Kazi cleanses away from Mickey. Humanoid stunned up with the solar player. There's the shutdown for Linces. And now Mickey's in for a world of hurt. Charmed up, taken out. It's Kazi who secures the kill in the end.
Much harder for Vitality to enter these objectives.
Definitely does. It feels like Vitality have been a little bit more willing just to step back as well over these last few. About a minute's time.
We're getting there though.
Yeah, we're approaching the moment.
Don't say it.
We're in the mode.
Don't say it. Go.
What was I going to...
Excellent. The fact that you've forgotten is fantastic. Tower secured for Humanoids.
Spirit rush forward from Shayak. Humanoid's going to snap back. Yep. Fate sealed, gets himself out of there.
Okay, but for Fnatic, sorry, for Vitality, it's something that they'll have to figure out as we get closer to what I imagine will be some big fights very soon. With items completed across the board, already second.
Easy enough secure for Fnatic. Mickey almost stealing away the Gromp there, couldn't quite get it.
It's an uncontested dragon and a mid lane tower as well. So Fnatic, slowly and methodically, are just gaining advantage after advantage. I feel like Vitality need to force something soon.
I agree. I just think it's hard. Because, like, the only CC you have...
from Oscar, though, so small advantage gained at the very least from Vitality. Hang on.
Mickey goes in with the Magnet Storm, stuns up Niski. Humanoid coming in from the side as well. Kazi's killed off Mickey, but Niski's so low. Nako on the backline. Linsa's diving in with a Hound's Pursuit. Razork now in the middle of them as Shayak and Niski begin to collapse. Razork locked up with the Zenith blade, but he's found two somehow. In the middle of them all, Razork surviving with a Sundered Sky. You found the angle, but that's a cute puppy. Razork just absolutely outplays.
An ace for Fnatic as Razork is... Razork's Poppy, it's an old school one, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it is. It is now false life on the shoulders of Fnatic. Mickey missing the Shattering Strike, but jumping across the wall is Razork again. Keeper's Verdict does go wide. Lynx is trying to open up onto Oscar, and Niski doesn't really have a hope of getting out of here. Slowed up, stunned up with a red buff, and now Nako has to pop the Dominus to try and survive, but the chase continues. Slow after slow with the battles. Nako falls second. Fnatic find two more in rapid succession.
In the top lane, meanwhile, you'll notice that Humanoid is forcing the ultimate out from Chayak as well as he finds another fantastic trade.
Oh, Linsus. Greedy going back in with the Hound's Pursuit, but upset. Had friends around the corner. Two more to Fnatic. That's 5 for none on the bot side of the map. 4 for none, in fact. That's mathematic. Good job.
He does get away with his life. Even though Humanoid tried to make the play happen, but a tower's going to fall in the top lane, a tower's going to fall in the bot lane, and I mean, this is Fnatic's game to lose. A single fight was all they needed to blow the game wide open, and Humanoid on this Yone, level 16 now.
It's going to go and deal with the Yone.
Interrupt the backs.
Stop the ports.
And then when someone goes to
Close the gates.
He could just TP into the fight.
Yeah, well, Nako's locked up against the wall. Red buff helping Fnatic as Nako falls. Chayak fell as he tried to defend the inhibitor tower. The inhibitor itself, Kazi stunned up, dashes forward, but nowhere for that dashing man to go. Niski the next up for Fnatic. They'll take him down. Only Linsus survives now. And within 28 minutes, Fnatic have somehow materialized a 12,000 gold lead. The Nexus Towers their target. It's 2-0 for Fnatic, and game 2 was an absolute stop.
I mean, what else is there to say? We were skeptical about the comment.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
The one night I hope my wife is not watching is 113 bot side. There's not much phone just vibrates. Flash in, pulverize from Alvaro. It's a good engage actually, and match play super running in front. First blood is easily done, and a really good start for the 2v2.
Great start in the 2v2 on bottom side. Yoya kind of already having his impact. Oh, as Jojo has to go forward, wants to make sure he can get the shield and not get caught by the flick back there. So those stats earlier, his probably start Koi haven't been on the forefront when it comes to the dragons, but this is definitely a shift, and I think it makes a lot of sense for them given the composition that we have here. They've been much more focused on playing around, you know, these AP top laners from Mirroring.
Experimental Hex Plate, so he's an ulti bot. Like we said, we're going to expect interesting builds from this top laner as BDS definitely control the river, but Jojo controls the lane. Ulti out into Nuka. Shutback is really nice too, but Jojo doesn't continue any far forward. He's low on mana, and Nuke with a full bar looking to poke him out to make it an even health.
Yeah,
Right.
Jojo wanted to try and trade his health bar for Nuke, so if Nuke TP's in, he's just not a factor. But now Super going on towards Ice in the mid lane. Good trading from Ice, but Alvaro and Elioy aren't there to follow up, and Ice.
Jojo Barrage tags him, almost dies. There's a fight brewing in River as well, and with the root call, Paris goes nowhere. Alvaro unfortunately picks up the kill, but for Koi, it's one at the cost of Dragon.
Yeah, BDS just didn't need to take the fight. They could have just backed off there. They'd gotten the Dragon. Maybe a little unsure if they were able to leave Ice alone underneath that mid tower, but still, it's a kill from Movistar Koi. And now they're starting to control that bottom side jungle, which may net that bot lane tower to boot as well.
While the pressure continues in top, I mean, those mid laners are still fighting it out. And Jojo's TP, but with low health bar, low mana bar, he's just defending passively. While Nuke, also known as Unk, continues pushing in this wave. Arrow, good little dodge from Jojo, but it's into the seismic shove. He is your Unk! Solo kill for Nuke.
That's so hard for Jojo to be able to play out. Like, you're either getting hit by the Ash Arrow or you're getting hit by the... They're moving everyone up here to try and contest.
They haven't really willingly given up anything so far in this game. And again, they want to fight. That's what we know about the Fishes. All in. Super just arcade chipped in front of Ice. He gets auto down, flushes away, but there's no ulti for Alvaro. They're engaging with a cow without the horns. And again, that Pioneer is going to be taken down. BDS with the Herald and a good state from the pick.
There was no need for Movistar Koi to try and contest this. We talked about the strengths of the composition being, hey, let's look for poke, let's set up on the objective early. If you're going to be late, look for the cross map. And BDS, they punish well. Another big ultimate coming through from Ice just to set up a kill. And now, tower on top side, you've got the Rift Herald. Now
Sounds the limit. They both do copy. One just slightly better than the other. I'll leave that up to interpretation as Dredgeline starts off the fight. Alvaro, great engage though. Pulverize back as Ice is deflect, but he can't get through. There's a solid wall in the way, and Super is firing away. Me with the same as his 80 carry combat, a great spot, and flies in as Jojo. 113 gets his ulti off, but Jojo's already done the damage. And yes, he'll burn down on the Ember Koi with 4 strong members and a root caller. You disrespected the tree, and the tree disrespects him.
The bird may have gone down, but he serves up the roast dinner immediately, and they're able to follow up on that. And then at this point, you're just fishing a barrel. Everyone in Movistar Koi is chasing you down. Great flash from Jojo for going to set this up, and sure, he dies for it, but you end up with another kill there. It's a double kill, actually, for Azir. And now, rinse and repeat? Question mark. Is Rift Herald going to be put down?
At least it narrows the gold gap, but also look what that fight did. 1k gold lead in top, 1k gold lead 80 carry. Strong members of Koi here, and 2.5k gold lead as the Herald tries to regain some of that, but Chains of Corruption just out of range. Alvaro again with a good engage. Root Caller down as well as Irrelevant is now overheating, but the cow happy to absorb with the Redemption, healing him up. The auto attacks are weaving and flying, and teleport is going to be dying as 113 is free target. Paris re-engages, but BDS are all over the place, and Jojo loves those odds. Nuke falling back, Super falling in, Seismic shove out, the turret helping out, Super not dead, so but meanwhile Irrelevant is just trying to claw back, while Mirwin is sitting autoing here like he has all fight. Irrelevant if he runs in, I don't know about Jojo's real voice. Well, I mean, he's having big fights. Look, 4k damage, and, you know, we talked a lot about this as Nuke might be caught out yet again here. Mirwin on top of him. The damage is going to be immense. He's dead. Mirwin's got a Quintus now, and he gets the base AD from Experimental Hex Plate. He's dealing damage as BDS trying to do that same damage to the turret. Mirwin's just going to find top turret, and also with his attack speed rolling through. It'll be an easy job, but Jojo's improved a lot. Jojo's landing's improved a lot.
With the rest of the team, but definitely started to step up, and I think... okay.
Arrow, hit Super, instant cleanse. Here comes the Weaver's Wall as well, while under turret 113 is getting chunked out again. These 80 carries will not stop. Alvaro flashes away from the depth charge, but even with the dredge line in, this is an Ivan. He's got shielding, he's got time, but he doesn't have a health bar. Irrelevant made short work of that as Nuke again. Seismic shove, Jojo gets over the wall. We're complimenting them, but BDS still have the will to live.
But Movistar Koi will continue to push. It's only Mirwin who's shown up now after getting that top lane turret. So mid lane, despite heroic efforts from BDS, will still fall.
I see fire. Very good song, very good angle for Koi.
You gonna sing that one as well?
Not now, but there will be a way. Ed Sheeran copyright incoming.
Wait a sec.
They're gonna do Atacum. They're gonna chain this, and look at where BDS are on the map.
Yeah, Nuke does have the teleport, but they've had zero idea of what's been happening in this river this entire time. They try to push mid for the tower, but super covered, and now can they get in for the 50-50?
But Alvaro, he's free range right now, so he doesn't care. He'll walk into any bush, anytime, anywhere. True shot barrage, equalizer down, but it's still not imminent because the Weaver's wall over the wall makes it so in case there is not a shove back ascend in. Jojo ran into melee range. The arrow gets it, but again, he can just withdraw. Irrelevant will go golden. He's candy in front of the baby, and baby will take it. Alvaro doesn't even burn over the edge in the end as Mirwin becomes godlike. Koi become more set up for game one.
More set up, then get Ezreal. And the enemy team is like, wait, no, that's what we wanted. No, you're not allowed to do that. So I think it's stuff like that that just makes it so good for Movistar Koi that you have this flexibility. And again, it was Mirwin who was talking about it, like this is something that Movistar Koi wanted to start. I'm not gonna lie. So, and even the 3.5 items for Super are there as well. It's a little bit delayed for Jojo Pyun, but he didn't get as much help in the early game as his side lanes did, but you're still in a phenomenal spot as Movistar Koi. Now as BDS is checking blind to all this range, you can see Paris already taking a couple of taps from these soldiers as he tries to enter to get some vision. Not even in river, just in the bush to get to river. Yeah. Says a lot about where BDS's prospects are right now.
Can't even get through the front door at this point. Koi waiting. The death brush imminent. Paris the one to face check, but level 10 Nautilus. Sees everyone moving out. The poke from 113 is trying to do the same thing as well. Not even sure this guy can survive, but Alvaro knows that. Root caller down the Skarner, hit hard, and look at this. Super gets the kill, but you see it's not over yet. The arrow to fly up, but BDS and members down. Equalize not bad, but Super is ripping through. Nukes the next target, easy as that. He's going to take the triple, but Mirwin will not extend that any further. This is Mirwin's kill now. He sets up for the auto. Jojo to take. And these 3 on-hit carries are living life to the fullest.
And immediately Jojo TPs the bot lane. You've got these massive waves that you can look to play through. We'll just rejoin on mid. And Koi looking to end this game right here.
And in fashion as well, you have to say this game won. BDS's early game, there were some real brilliant moments, but once Koi snagged it, they held on to it, and now match of the week. The fish is still swimming, and they're still swimming real good to open up the series.
Jojo having a little bit of fun at the end of this one. The tower will fall. Save Mirwin! Save the KDA! Front line for trying to break through that front.
MC Hammercom. Only thing we need is Jace just for the dance, you know? That's crazy. I always talk about this. Minion wave stacking up. Okay, Ice on his 4th shot. They're looking for Alvaro here, and Paris is going to Winter's Bite, flash away immediately, and Alvaro is okay. Survives the concussive blows, and Paris is out of there with the heal, while meanwhile, Mirwin took a bit of damage. Looks like a turret shot as well, but it's an easy kill. Dives it so nicely. Doesn't take that final killing blow, and first
with
blood.
This Snar, and it just hasn't quite had the impact that you want. And now the early kill going across as well, going to help out massively for Movistar Koi, but Paris still wants to try and get active, same with 113, but Alvaro here to cover.
X-Flash in, Jojo is low, but the setup is good. Nuke gets executed, flash away, Jojo almost dying. Nuke is closer, the Winter's Bite slows him down, and Alvaro will be stunned on the double as flash forward from Elyoya. That was smooth criminal behavior.
Nicely done by Elyoya to finish him off. Paris trying to keep the wave out from underneath the tower, but Movistar Koi going to have absolutely none of it as 113 appears from the jungle.
Audacious charge again, Elyoya going to take the concussive blows, flashing away, or rather Alvaro crashing down away. 113 is joined in, but he's not doing too much damage as here's a Jhin on the horizon.
Elyoya's already started up Dragon with the push he has in boss and mid, so you're not really in a position to contest this.
BDS going to try anyway, isn't he? 113 wants to set up that wild growth setup and at least strangle those thorns as the flash Alvaro matches, but concussive blow sets up. One-man ulti only onto Alvaro. Dragon's just been done though. Alvaro probably happy to sacrifice his life as Jojo hops away. It's 1 kill, but the start of objectives goes to Koi.
I think that was
important lane. Mirwin is still maintaining pressure.
I like how engrossed you are in this top lane when nothing's happening.
Dude, top, as long as it's not tanks, it's a great meta as Ice. You might be finding the opposite. Bullet time out. Good kite down. Ice gets away, sets up with his curtain call, and Alvaro with a sidestep up. It was clean, but will he survive the final shot? That's a no. Second death here, 2nd kill for BDS.
113 showing up at the perfect time to turn that one around. And Jojo Pyun just looking for flanks, playing off of invisibility. So I think this is where Ice's value might be a little hindered, unless BDS are able to set up properly at these objectives. But if Mirwin's popping off like this, it's hard to get there.
Hallowed missed us down though, so if Irrelevant ulti's in 1-1-3, this should be easy. Tries to skip away, ulti back in 1-1-3, sets it out, strangle those thorns. Mirwin about to die and he won't get a chance to get the needles out, so Irrelevant, that patience finally comes due.
And that's just what we were talking about, right?
He's decided he's going to pay another visit.
Yeah, he's actually managed to sync up now with Elyoya, having that faster clear doing work from his entire jungle's down, so he's like, right, well, I just won top lane, so let me cover bot side. And he's read it as Elyoya is here, but can he do enough?
Best Uber Eats driver I've ever seen is 1-1-3, hovers on the side. He makes sure your food doesn't get hot, and Paris sends him upwards, and he's absorbing damage for now, but Alvaro ticks over. Both supports dead in the wind as Ice is chunked down, and Elyoya is looking a little bit deeper. He'll find the kill, and that means Ice is down for the count with his shutdown over to the Xin Zhao. When Koi start faltering, stacking for Koi's going to continue. Grub's still not up. Elyoya here first, and he's got a lot of damage, Dagdo. This is just dropping like flies. Same position as the last Dragon.
Yeah, this is kind of what we were talking about, right? If BDS...
as Elyoya is just looking to start this off, at least get 4. Sneaking away in front of 1-1-3, though, not possible. So Irrelevant's about to go Mega Gnar, but Jojo pops in the between worlds, and Irrelevant doesn't even have a chance to get his health back. He ulties, flashes, and Jojo looks for another angle, finds it! An enhanced solo kill with Elyoya in the mix, and now no Mega Gnar for the equation. Stranglethorns are out again, but Alvaro is just attached to the roots this game. BDS are running because with the TP on top, Mirwin in a great position. Gwen immune as per usual. 1-1-3 separated from the team, and an easy target. He flashes away, but the needles are once again flying. Paris puts up the wall, but to what? It's free Raptors, it's free Grubs, it's Koi with the 2K goal.
They're desperate to make things happen, but obviously our Koi are just playing out of hand's reach, and now they're grouping on mid.
I feel like they're being more patient than BDS. Not known for that with the Magnustorm down on the turret, dead Ice. There's no patience needed because it's a free kill. Set up by Jojo as well from the angle. Koi are working well together as Nuke drops the Chaos Storm, but Super too healthy to care as well. He teleported in. He's going to open up bot. It's going to be a turret trade, but 2 kills back in the pocket for Koi.
Yeah, the TP from Nuke into the middle of Movistar. Mirwin just uses ult on the wave if you ever try to over-contest, and he still has TP to join. So Movistar Koi just going to get this for free, and BDS are just kind of looking at it going, Terra is not healthy enough to keep him alive. He's got the TP.
The wave's going to be there, as you said, teleports out. Flash ulti! Clean as anything from Elyoya. He'll take it up for a bit, and Alvaro will seal the deal with the tip of the spear. Meanwhile, Jojo does die mid, so there is a trade, but as you said, Atacon side of the map, turret's going to be free there. Bot is looking like Nuke needs to really ramp up the speed to get something more, because this, Dagda, is a quick play.
Yeah, tier 2 terror take from Movistar Koi. They will lose mid and bot at least, so BDS do get some go back.
They held mid?
Yeah, oh actually, yeah, so you're able to hold mid as Mirwin's able to cover there. Now top terror going down.
Koi. I think flowers for Elyoya. Dagda, I was going to bring up that you, I know, are passionate about Elyoya. You think this split, and dare I say this year, he's been underrated a bit with 1-3, who's actually pulled it out the most. Everyone else, it's a game or middling too, like Malrang. Has set up there, Alvaro going to flash away. He's crashed down, gets him out. Good sidestep from the deadly flourish. Magnustorm in response, so is Irrelevant. Has to burn his own flash. As the Stranglethorns out, Elyoya has got his ulti out, but a Winter's Bite concussive blows slows him down. But here's Jojo to separate the circle of death. Again, you need to take it to Mount Doom, but BDS haven't even got out of the Shire. Super flashing away. Nuke's laser ain't there, but Ankh is in the middle of it all. His Chaos Storm looks great, but too much in the way. Again, Koi are just so much better. Game 1, Game 2, in BDS's face. Ice has to deal with it. He flashes away. That's Jojo getting out, but there's more where that came from. Elyoya once again showing his superiority. Koi are just better. A top 4 team shown here.
BDS went for the Hail Mary play, hoping to find a pick, but it's intercepted and ran the entire way down the field. Movistar Koi looking at the end zone and looking to end it right here.
Well, how can they? I mean, the only question is, what have they got left? It's 10 seconds for Nuke, so it doesn't stop here, but it's the optimism that they will go and end it, Dagda. As we look at this replay, and Alvaro such
to take up the 4th shot from Ice, and then Movistar Koi, the Avengers, pulling out from every which way. The ult from Supa finishes off members, and now it's Paris that's going to fall as well. One more notch on the belt of Movistar Koi, and now, like, Dragon's in a minute's time, and they're going to lose more.
And 1-1-3 came in thinking he could do it, but again, Dagda, we better call MC Hammer because Elyoya pulling the copyright. Another kill and another notch, as you said, to add onto the belt. Irrelevant running for his life, but Jojo is about to find him in range. Slow is good, but Irrelevant staying away from the base is also a good thing for Koi.
I mean, he has his TP up shortly, but I don't really know if he's going to get enough time to get away. Jojo still chasing him down. Should have the between worlds to hop over. There it is. Oh! The tower shots?
Maybe he executes.
One? No.
No, Irrelevant still running. Elyoya is going to find him.
I think at this stage, yeah.
Wait.
No, there's TP.
Elyoya.
Random W.
No.
Had to guessed wrong, but it's still now TP down around position because Alvaro just controls this space and you get to do nothing. Like, he is a one-man army at this stage. BDS slowly starting to retake those. Irrelevant was able to move around, but Mirren sending them packing here.
He's letting them retake. As you said, Dag, to call it again. You can't touch this. Yuke runs away. He's got good zone control, and the Stranglethorns would be great, but Jojo has come in with a monster flank. I would do the monster match because you can only dance as BDS to shed away the tears. Ice is in trouble as well. Jojo looking for the final nail, the final piece, and this Jin running for his life is slowed down, but Koi have killed all but Ice in their way.
But they've killed the hopes of BDS. The minion wave is here. They're running past the tower, the Nexus in their sights.
There should be no doubt Koi have shown up against Team Heretics, now against BDS 2-0 faction. If you're looking for a team to root for outside the big two of KC and G2 right now, Koi is where you find the faithful. Looking damn clean here.